A story worth your attention now, and it certainly garnered the attention of many South Africans during Women's Month. Model and actress Lerato Moloi made headlines when she addressed rape allegations against South African comedian and TV personality Mongezi Mahlangu. He's popularly known as Tallest Mo. Now, lawyers have sent letters on the comedian, and a protection order has also been sought. It's also emerged that Moloi was actually jailed after reporting the case to police. She claims she battled for years to find courage to speak up against this act of violence and says she's not going to back down until justice is served. Lerato joins us now via our video link for more on this. Lerato, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM Report. I do not for even a moment want to take for granted how difficult it is to speak about this. So let me just start by getting a sense of how you're doing this morning, especially considering how much has been said about this case.
Good morning, Ayanda. And I appreciate your support and understanding. It has been a difficult week, and but I'm okay this morning. I'm okay since the first tweet.
Right, and perhaps let's start there. Take us back to that moment where you finally had enough courage to speak about what happened.
It had been a few days into finding out about the killing of Tshegofatso Pule, and that had, for me, is what triggered my tweet. I had been hoping for the courage to someday speak up about this rape, not just about one person, but a few rape incidents that have occurred in my life's journey. So I feel like I'd reached my limit, my capacity to keep quiet. I could no longer carry on as heavy as I was, knowing the things that I know about a few men that are rapists. So I needed to release the pain and get onto the next journey of my healing from those traumatic experiences.
And I also don't want to take this question for granted, but what were you hoping you would achieve when you finally shared that? I mean, you've touched on it in some respects, that this had to do with your own personal cathartic experience linked to healing, but what were you hoping would be the outcome of sharing that story?
The intention is to warn others about these people that I have encountered, first of all, because usually when someone rapes one person, it is very likely they have other victims who have survived a form of sexual assault from them. And I had, for years, been carrying the guilt of knowing this and could not deny the fact that the justice system in our country is deplorable, to say the least, when it comes to gender-based violence cases and convictions. And I was hoping that I could finally be heard, because there were a few times where I had attempted to speak up. And, when you are inundated with statements that cause you to doubt yourself and the validity of your pain and your experience. So I just wanted to be heard and make sure that others know that it's okay to speak up, that they're not alone.
It's interesting you mentioned that. Do you feel heard?
I feel very much that it has been overwhelming support from South African close family and friends that have made it not just easier to to speak up, but a lot more encouraging to know that survivors are starting to believe, not just by those closest to them, even though it's probably still in the minority, and there are a number of people, unfortunately, who are still rape apologists and still make excuses for this sort of deviant behavior.
And I guess you're alluding to the plethora in the form of reaction that has come through after you made your experience public. Take me through your reflections on where you think we are, even as a country, when it comes to our psyche in dealing with these type of issues, right? Because it's very telling when people respond in specific ways. But from your vantage point, what was revealed in those moments for you?
I think as a nation, we are still stuck in the results of patriarchy being what leads people's thoughts and the way they react to abuse, allegations, to just violence in all forms. You are met with a lot of, I don't understand how or why, if I was well versed in the psychology of the defense of someone who's an alleged abuser or rapist. It has not surprised me, but it's still quite shocking to be met. You can only laugh when you think about it, because it completely baffles me how people can, first of all, ask me as a survivor, were you drunk? When the last and usually most least asked question is, why did this person do this to you? Even though I can't possibly answer that either. It really is, it's that, I don't know. I don't have the answer for what goes to people's minds. I don't get it.
Before we lose our connection to you, because I can hear it's already, a bit strained, has Toles Mo, who, and that's how people know him, has he reached out to you outside of the litigation process that's currently underway, which I understand in some part also led to you spending a night in jail?
No, he has not contacted me. It was only his wife who sent me a WhatsApp immediately after that and seemed to have blocked me before I could answer her many questions. So, yeah, no, that was the only contact I've had since then.
Are you able to share with us the contents of that WhatsApp message?
I don't know. I guess it's basically, let me just say because I'd have to open my WhatsApp to check it. The message was basically telling me that I need to be prepared and for a court battle, because yeah, but I was basically being told to get ready for whatever they have in store for me.
All right, let's leave it there. Thanks so much for coming on to the AM Report and sharing your story with us. It is now a legal matter, which will certainly make sure that we follow to its end. Thanks very much for coming through. Lerato Moloi is an actress and a model, and sadly appears to also be part of the statistics of gender-based violence in South Africa. We'll watch the case until there is an official conviction to see how that all pans out.